Hey, what's going on, black people? How you doing today? You can put your questions in the chat and tell me what city you're from. I'd like to see what city you're from. I'm testing this out. I'm trying to see if I can make the chat appear on the screen, but I don't know how to do that. So, what's up, Spetsnaz Chaplain? What is Spetsnaz Chaplain? What's up, Tony Brown? Now you can watch me play. Just you can't make fun of me if you don't think I'm very good. Oh, okay. There we go.
I'm in their sight.
You got this, pull the trigger.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Man, I need a gun. Give me a real gun, please. Didn't expect to see that person down here. And that person either. Alster's out of Springfield, Missouri. Good morning, Gerald from North Las Vegas. He didn't just say Las Vegas, he said North Las Vegas. That's very interesting. A lot of hometown pride there. I can respect that. I respect that. Spetsnaz Chaplain. Spetsnaz is Russia's counterterrorism force, kind of like the U.S. Navy SEALs. Had this handle since I created my YouTube channel 12 years ago. That is super, super fucking cool. And very creative. I honor you, brother. Ah, shit, okay. Alright, well, since I went over there and got shot, maybe I can hang out with my teammates this time. Instead of going across the field and getting shot. Okay. What are we shooting at? Is there a box? Ooh, this is interesting.
We've got gas moving in.
God damn it, there it is. Okay. Alright, where's my teammates? Okay, so they're just chilling out, hanging out here. Okay. Uncle Boyce, you should check out Solana. It's an Ethereum killer. It could be. Well, the thing is that Ethereum, there's probably stuff out there better than Ethereum or better than um, Bitcoin and everything else. But the reason you want to be cautious about that is because it's not just about the quality of the item. It's marketing, right? So Ethereum has what they call first mover advantage. So with Ethereum kind of being the first, that gives an advantage to Ethereum that newer cryptos may not have. So it's kind of like Spike Lee as a black filmmaker, right? I don't believe Spike Lee's the best black filmmaker out here. I don't even, honestly, I'd have a hard time putting Spike in the top 5. But Spike has respect because Spike was the first, and people are going to always remember the first. Okay, dude, you better run. We got to get out of here, homie. Whoa! And we're all getting shot up, and I'm scooting. I'm hoping for a miracle, which I probably won't get, but I'm gonna try. Let's see, maybe if I scoot around, I can find my teammates. Of course, I died today. What do you think about the Jamaican women sweeping the 100-meter dash? I saw that, and I am absolutely. I think it's absolutely awesome, and I think the Jamaican women are the shit. and and I follow track and field very closely, and I believe the Jamaicans just right now have all the talent. The Americans can't fuck with them. Nobody can fuck with Jamaica right now in sprinting. Um, and it would be nice if we had Shakari Richardson, but Shakari couldn't beat both Elaine Thompson. Not sorry, yeah, is it Elaine Thompson who won? And also Shelly Ann Fraser Price. Shakari would have probably got third, in my opinion. I don't think Shakari could have won that race. That lady ran the second fastest time in history, if I'm not mistaken. She broke FloJo's 33-year-old Olympic record. That's how fast they were moving. Shakari is fast as hell, but Shakari, she can't fuck with that. Nobody. Um, playing Tizzy. Oh, yeah, sure, man. I'm glad that helped you. But don't think that I'm saying don't invest in Solana. It may be a great crypto, but I just think you always remember, what came first. The things that come first have the advantage, and that's just kind of how things are. Hey, Charlene, how are you?
Check your gear and weapons. Weapons
B1.
ready for
Everybody, put
deployment.
your B1 in the chat. Let me know your B1. Let me know what you represent. We gotta represent that. We gotta brainwash ourselves into being the greatest. That's the secret to being great. Is you have to brainwash yourself. Like you have to really give yourself a lot of positive self-talk and tell yourself great things about yourself all the time, almost to the point of fanaticism. That's how you become like fearless and capable and confident. Like you can't just think that you're great, you gotta know that you're great. Does that make sense? That's what Morpheus said to Neo in the Matrix. Jamaicans are more concentrated blackness. Yeah, that too. Yeah, my kids are half Jamaican, and love Jamaica. Love the Jamaicans, man.
Enemy soldier incoming.
We had a lot of fun in Jamaica last year. Me and Alicia did. No, it's actually B1. B is in boy. Black first. That's what B1 stands for. So what are you guys up to today? Tell me something interesting, and I'll read it on the screen.
Battle Royale. Mark a drop point for your team. You'll lead them in. Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone.
Marking target location.
Your primary objective is to kill them all.
Thank you. I need a better gun than this. I hear footsteps. Why am I hearing
Hostile
footsteps?
foot patrol.
Whose feet am I hearing? There he is.
Let's go.
How do I kill a guy like that? How do you kill a guy that's holding up a shield like that? You see how I shot him in the face over and over again? I think I gotta hit him. I have to hit him with my gun, I guess. I guess that's the only thing I can do. How do you kill somebody that's got the I think I have to throw something at him, like a lethal weapon or something. I gotta get better at that. I didn't think fast enough on that. I gotta practice throwing my lethals. Hey, Uncle Boyce, here in LA from Oakland. Very nice. All right, let me. Yeah, that was bad. That was a learning experience for me because I didn't know how to kill that guy. Oh crap! There's a guy. He's trying to kill me. Let me get out of here.
Gas is closing in.
Tagging small cow marking LMG.
They're on the moving.
God damn, the same dude. Oh my god. That is so humiliating. Okay, if anybody knows how to play this game, tell me how I can kill this guy, because I'm kind of pissed off right now. He found me. He literally went looking for me so he could kill me twice. Looking for investors in black-owned startups. Put your website information in the chat, and if anybody's interested, you should go check that out. God, now I'm really mad. Okay.
25 remain. Solid work so far.
They're lighting me up.
Oh crap, there's a guy down here. Oh crap.
Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
Holy shit. Okay, something coming behind me.
Your team is KIA. It's up to you now.
Great. That was just horrible.
Tagged a care package.
I don't need a care package.
Tagged a care package.
Okay.
Receiving hostile fire.
If you have a question for me or something you want me to read on the screen, just put your comment in the chat and I'll answer it when I get killed again, which I'm sure will happen very soon, as it always does. Great. Okay, I gotta get better at throwing my lethals.
Moving.
Okay.
Moving.
Okay, so that's my stun grenade. That's how I throw that.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Ah, okay. Now how do I set this thing off? How do I make it? Let me see.
Gas is closing in.
Whoa! Crap. Alright, so let me see here. Sherelle said this is the first party I've been to in like 2 years. Nice. Do you invest in Shiba Inu? No. I'm so tired of stupid meme coins, honestly. I just... It's a game, and sometimes you don't want to play games anymore, so that's just what it is. You got to attack him from behind. You can't engage him head on. Okay. So how do I attack him? So I guess that's the question. Do I slide behind him and shoot him in the back? Is that it? Whoa, man. It is a hot zone out here. Let's get up and get out of here. I am literally gonna like just run.
Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
How do you feel about Bernie Sanders? I think Bernie Sanders is another white guy. He's got these liberal views, which makes us feel that he's a supporter of black people, but he's not a supporter of black people. He's a supporter of the poor and the downtrodden to some extent. But then again, he's not poor, so his support only goes so far. But he's on the left of the spectrum. I think it's his right to be there, but I think that black people should not falsely believe that because he's not like the traditional Democrats and Republicans that he's some sort of advocate for black people. He's not. He doesn't support reparations and things like that. So you know, he doesn't necessarily excite me as a politician. Then again, none of them do. So that's kind of what it is. Where did my volume go?
Targeting me.
Fire Delta. Prices are back to normal. Enemy UAV overhead.
How come I can't hear anything? Are you guys able to hear the game? Oh, that's why. Where's they're going to shoot me? Where's they going to die? You should mainly travel to areas that you can minimize people running up your 6 or at least not many entrances. Okay. That's good advice. Thank you, Top View Dronography. I appreciate that. What is Top View Dronography? Black people need to buy Ethereum. Please tell them. Well, I just told them. I'm not telling people what to do, but I can say that I buy Ethereum. And I'm very happy that I buy it, that I own it. So there we go. I'm a fan of Ethereum, a big fan. God, give me a gun.
I'm taking
Enemy
fire.
dropping into the AO.
I've got you.
Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
I lost that gunfight. Less areas to watch while traveling. Excellent point. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ethereum. I own a lot of Ethereum. I own a lot of Bitcoin, and I kind of get the sense that those are the two best places to put your money. But then again, there's other places you can put your money that might be beneficial too. So I'm not gonna play long. So if you have any questions for me or something, go ahead and pop it in there, and I'll.
You've got gas moving in.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. Try to see if I can use it. Okay. Oh, and we're moving. Gas is coming.
An enemy team is hunting you. Stay alert.
Alright, sticking with my teammate because he's got the straps. Oh man, I need armor. That was a bad decision, boys.
To the left.
Engaging shooter.
You will want to take them out.
That shield gets me every time, doesn't it? Okay, let me see here. Any news on AMP token, part of the Flexa network? I do not know much about AMP token, so I'm sorry for that. Aerial photography with videos and drones. Excellent. Well, if you have a business, you should put your business URL in the chat. If you want to build your business, you should always be advertising. So if you're telling me about your company, you should put your website in there so that if I'm curious, I can go check it out. You have to let people know what you're doing. If you don't talk about it, then no one will know that you're doing anything. So, one rule for marketing for your business is everybody who knows you should know what you're doing, what you're up to. Like I talk a lot, I'm always sharing, I'm always, subtly marketing and letting you know what I got going on because I can make offers to you, right? It's not me forcing you or pushing you to do anything in particular. It's just me saying, "Hey, I've got this thing over here, and if you want more, if you want, if you want to support, here's what we have going on," right? That's like a kind of a soft sell. I don't like hard sales per se, But soft sales, I think, are fine because people can just say no, and it's totally okay, right? So remember, if you got a business, mention the name of your business as much as you can. Your business is like a baby. The more you feed the baby, the bigger the baby will get. You don't want no anorexic baby out here where the baby ain't been fed and the baby's starving and stuff. That ain't gonna be good. Now is it? Thanks for all your financial advice, Doc, says Marla. Since I've been following you, I've become much more knowledgeable about investing. You changed my life. Thank you. Everybody say good job, Marla. Everybody type Marla in the chat. Go girl, go Marla. Get him, Marla. Get that money, girl. Marla's out here breaking generational curses and stuff. Very proud of you. Very proud of you. That's what great black people do. We are great black people in here. That's what we do. That's how we live. Your niggatry has no power in this space. Let me see here. Doc, I'm trying to buy more Airbnb. Airbnb stock, or you're trying to get an Airbnb? That's right, Marla. Very proud of you. That's why I do. You know why I do what I do? Why I'm always talking. I talk a lot because I like the idea that, what really gets me going and makes me happy is when somebody says that something I told them helped them to live a better life, and more importantly, they've helped their children have a better life. Because I feel so sorry for people, like when their parents, don't know what to do or just choose not to do the right thing, and then the kids suffer. Like I have a heart for that. It makes me very sad. So when I hear about a man who says, something you told me made me choose to invest more or whatever, it's like I'm really happy because I know how generational cycles work. I know how generational curses work, and I know how I know what it means to change a generational curse. So when I see you doing something different, I'm not just thinking about what you're doing. I'm thinking about the fact that your children are now going to do something different than what they would have done had we never come into each other's lives. Like I know that children tend to imitate whatever their parents taught them. So if I teach something to the parent that leads the parent to do something different with the children, then the children are going to do something different with their children. And and I'm telling you, like, with a lot of this crap that you see out here, just this stupid shit, these people messing their lives up and making dumb choices, and media's mass promoting. They promote black ignorance. Black ignorance is a billion-dollar industry. Somebody said that. I think Derek Muhammad or somebody said it, and I agree 100%. There are people that profit from your ignorance. They love it when you're stupid. They love it when you are self-destructive. They love it when you do every niggerocious thing you could possibly think of, because that's traditional. Like, that whole slave buck dance mentality, that's been true since slavery. And so really it's kind of a battle. Like, we're in this constant battle because people don't want to do things that they think are not cool. Like, everybody wants to be cool. I don't want to be cool. Fuck that. I'd rather be right. And even though something may seem cool, ignorance when you see it. Why are you co-signing on ignorance? Let me just tell you a little story about my father, actually. My dad, I talked about my dad this morning when Alicia and I did a pillow talk episode, and I was talking about how my father, he's a hard man. He's a tough man. He did things with me that could be defined as abuse, right? But at the same time, he made me strong, and I love him for the good things he did, and I've forgiven him for the bad things he did, because he did the best that he could. He didn't have to take care of me. But let me tell you something. Something happened with my father, and it involved a rapper. Again, rappers are the coolest people in America because white people make them cool. They put them on TV, they give them lots of money, and that's how human nature works. You imitate people that you define to be successful. So if a guy's smart and he's broke, a lot of kids will be like, well, why do I want to be smart? Because being smart means you're going to be broke. So I don't want to be broke, right? But if there's a guy who's ignorant and rich, they'll imitate the ignorant rich person. So I was on a TV show, a very popular show. It was a major network, and I was on there with a rapper. And a rapper said something real ignorant, and I was much younger at the time. and I just kind of I didn't want to be, I didn't want to feel like I wasn't fitting in, or whatever. So and the rapper was real popular, so I was like, oh, yeah, I thought it was cool to be talking to him, and I kind of laughed along when he said something really stupid. And hold on. My father called me on the phone, and he said never co-sign on ignorance. He said never co-sign on ignorance, and that stuck with me. It's like I'm not gonna co-sign on ignorance. And I think and he almost told me like he was ashamed of the fact that I was on there laughing over something that he knew that I thought was stupid. You know, so don't co-sign on ignorance. You don't have to. You got to be stronger than that. You know, and I understand why everybody ain't doing it because it takes strength. I mean, there's not everybody's strong enough to fight against the popular trends and the popular wave or whatever.
Marking new safe zone.
But I will tell you, ah, God, I didn't even see he snuck up on me.
Less than 25 are still standing.
That sucks.
Fought hard out there.
I'm gonna play one more. But yeah, it takes I think a lot of conviction to go against things that are popular, and so you have to practice having that. If you don't have it, then it's gonna be hard because you're gonna always feel like you're going against the grain. Don't try to fit in. Make them follow you. You don't have to follow them. I make people follow me. I don't follow other people. And so it doesn't matter whether it's you know 10,000 men calling me a simp because I love a black woman. I don't give a fuck you. I mean, the reason you're mad is because maybe you're not as successful as me. I don't know. I believe that if you're talking about trying to be an alpha, alphas lead. Alphas don't run in packs. So stop running in packs. Like do what you know is right. Stop following people. I hate that. It irritates me. That's why I didn't join fraternities and sororities and all that. If it looked stupid, I wasn't going to do it. I saw, on my campus, the Qs were kind of ignorant. Not that they're all ignorant. I'm not saying all Qs are ignorant, but the ones I knew were pretty ignorant. And I remember looking at that and thinking, so you mean to tell me you want me to give you $1,000 of my money, my hard-earned money, and you're going to mess up my grade point average, turn me into an alcoholic, have me fucking nasty women, and have me doing a bunch of dumb shit that I don't want to do? And humping another man, getting on stage and literally barking and humping another man. I'm not doing that. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like where I come from, that's a little weird, and it didn't really matter, what people thought about that. I was like, I did my own assessment, my own internal review, came to the conclusion that this is bullshit, and I'm not doing any of this. Most of y'all are doing it because other people are doing it. So don't do things because other people are doing it. That's my point. Because you're always going to end up losing.
Soldier incoming.
Ah, they got me. Let's see. Dr. Watkins, and U.S. East Indians are getting tech jobs and IT tech contracts for multi-millions of dollars. How can black folks get this? Learn the game. We have a class in the Black Business School on how to get government contracts. Some people, joined the class. Some people didn't. If you're going to spend money getting like college level education, spend it on things that are going to give you real value. Don't just spend money because you think you're going to get a piece of paper from a white man that's going to get you a job. That's how you fail. Get skills, invest in yourself, and invest in skills that are going to get you results. If you believe that somebody can teach you something that's going to help you get where you want to get to, invest in that. A lot of people go, think about this. I mean, this is the craziest thing in the world. I'll hear people that'll say, oh, gosh, that Black Business School class was $1,000. Oh, that's too much. That's too much. You exploiting black people, man. That's what's wrong with you. That's too much. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, we're running a business. These experts are not cheap. A man who's making millions of dollars doing something is not going to come do that job for free. He's not going to come and teach you what you need to know for free. We have to compensate these people. That's why we have to charge a fee. But then the second part is I'm sitting there thinking it's interesting because that same person will literally be $200,000 in student loan debt from white people who gave them a worthless piece of paper that can't even get them a $50,000 a year job. So my argument would be instead of investing $200,000 to get a piece of paper that can't even get you a $50,000 job, how about investing a tenth of that in learning real skills that you know are going to get you tangible results? You know, like, I mean, you've got to rethink education all the way around. This guy, what's he doing? Get out of here.
Objective located.
You know, yeah, I mean, you've got to really, you know, sort of invest in the things that are going to get you results. So when, you know, and I think I came to that conclusion because I'm an educator, right? So there's things I understand about college and educational processes that a lot of people don't get. I get that, right? I'm a college professor, and so I know things other people don't know. You know, I know where the real value is and where the value is not. But I'm just here to tell you, you know, the reason that your methodology isn't working. I'm gonna help my teammate out. Hold on, let me see if I can fire this dude. Come on, pop out, pop your head out, homie.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Where is he? Oh, he shut the door. Oof. Oh, there's another resident. Wasn't fast enough. Yeah, get used to these stupid burst guns. But yeah. So I'm just telling you that the reason that it seems like so many people are struggling and failing and all that stuff, it's because it's mainly because the method is a bad method, and when you get a bad method that isn't working, you have to ask yourself, where did I get that from? Who told me that that was the pathway to success? Who told me that? So think about this, right? You know, you're going to church with the devil, and the devil's telling you how to be a good Christian. Like, that's kind of what happens when white folks are teaching you how to succeed against white supremacy. So you learned how to defeat white supremacy from a white supremacist. You really think that's going to work? You really think that the stuff they taught you in school is going to give you the keys and tools for power as a black person? You know, they're not going to do that, right? Shit. Okay, I'm trying to... Hold on, guys. I gotta focus. I got guys hunting me now. Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my dog and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. Oh. See, I should have just stayed up in the house. See, I tried to go down there and get face to face, and look what happens. See, that's my problem. I should have stayed up and snipe people. Will you have a class on how to get government contracts again? Email support@theblackbusinessschool.com. If you email support@theblackbusinessschool.com, they can get you access to the recorded content, right? So a lot of the classes we have, and I'm not sure about the government contracting class, but I remember that the guy that we hired, my team members actually hired him, and they brought him in, and I completely was in agreement with this move. Oh crap, I gotta get out of here. But yeah, I think he'd actually gotten like over $1 billion in government contracts, and this guy was not a joke. He was really good. And so yeah, just email support@theblackbusinessschool.com. Tell them I sent you, and tell them that I said to help you find access to the recordings of the government contracting class. So it's not live, but he answers a ton of questions and stuff like that. And literally there is a lot of money in government contracting. So you know, I would encourage you, if that's your thing, learn from the people who know how to get the money. And that's the best advice I can give on that. So give me a second. Let me see. Get up in here. Whoa! Crap! Oh man, I heard that too. Now I have no armor plates. Great. Good job, boys. Way to go. Where's my teammates? Okay, I don't know where this guy's going. We'll follow him. There we go. Okay. And your gamer tag, that's dope. You know, I don't even know what my gamer tag is actually. What is it? Oh, it's Dr. B. Oh, okay. I thought it was different actually on this account. That's why I thought it was. I didn't know it was Dr. B. Because I know on my other account it was Dr. B. And then I when I started doing playing on the console, I lost my my gamer, or my something got switched. Not my gamer tag, obviously, but something got switched. Okay, what are we doing, teammate? Where are you going? Okay, so he's over here, and he's over here in the window. See anybody? I do not have your email. Also, I did not type email address fast enough that Dr. Watkins. Oh, it's support@theblackbusinessschool.com. Support at theblackbusinessschool.com. That's where you can go if you have any questions.
Enemy sentry gun active.
And you know, and if anybody asks you about the Black Business School or says, you know, they're whack because they're black and black people, you know, aren't supposed to be teaching anything, just tell them that we have a whole support team that we pay. We probably pay these people $500,000 a year to just make sure everybody's happy. Like literally, that's their number one job is to make sure everybody's good and gets what they're looking for. So great.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe
Get
zone.
in here.
Fire sale is active. Supply station costs
Okay,
are
I'm gonna
adjusted.
go to the fire sale. All right, let's see if we can get out here. Come on.
Sentry turret is down.
All right, what's happening over here?
Trophy system deployed.
Spot defender.
Friendly UAV overhead.
Boom, there we go. You know what? I think I'm gonna do something else too. Wait. Armor free bundle. Okay, I got a gas
Fire
mask.
sale's done. Prices are back to
UAV.
normal.
Okay, great.
UAV entering the AO.
Okay, alright, teammate. Let's see if we can get a win.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Okay, where are we going? What are we doing?
Gas is moving.
Okay, what's this gas look like? I'm going to the roof of the prison. You guys can join me if you want to. There is a guy on the roof of the prison up there. Okay.
We're not all here. Regroup in the safe zone.
It's all up to you now. Go for
God
the win.
damn it. Okay, teammates. Alright, what are
Enemy
we looking
recon
at?
drone in your area.
Okay, that's right. Alright. Okay, I'm hearing some shooting. Who's shooting who? I bet they're shooting on the roof.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated. Enemy UAV overhead.
Target down.
Let's reload. Okay, let's reload this gun too. Come on, teammates. Come here.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Dr. Boyce, I want to thank you for the work you do for the black community and being an inspiration to me. Thank you. Is that Hoodie Lando? Thank you very much for those kind words. I appreciate that very much. You have to forgive me for being a little bit distracted. I'm trying to kill these motherfuckers. Oh, crap. Okay. What's happening on the roof? Alright. Can I get up here? Just stay? Come on, teammates. We should be on the same side. Alright, where are we going? What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, get down here. Alright.
5 to go. Bring home the win.
Okay, I need a... Wait, I got another
Press recon flyover.
UAV. W! What? What? Woo! Wow, I'm finally getting the hang of the keyboard. I'm not that good though. I'm getting better. Dr. Boyce, I listen whenever I can. When people was making them attacks on you, you would have thought they said something about my daddy. Well, your daddy sounds like an awesome guy, Sherelle. Tell him I said hello. And I'm going to go, guys. I got to go and do some grown-up stuff. Well, you know what? I shouldn't walk away after a win. I should actually stick around and try to play another game because you can't walk off the court as a winner, right? You got to. Then again, maybe I should have. I don't know. That guy's good. Foxtrot. Wow, 8 kills. I got 2. That ain't bad. Let's my shoulders off right quick. There we go. Yo, Doc, what's your opinion on investing capital gains from the stock market into opportunity zones? I think it's fine. I think that works. Opportunity zones are designed for rich people. Some people say it's designed for white people, but all white people are not rich and not all black people are poor. So opportunity zones, unfortunately, tend to benefit those who have access to capital, which a lot of black people don't. Even wealthy black people have a hard time accessing capital. Also, opportunity zones are designed for people that just think like investors. So with a lot of the communities, they just know I don't have a lot of faith that the government's ever going to have any true policies that truly support the people that the policies are affecting. Right. So opportunity zones, I can if they really wanted to make the opportunity zone into a better place, they would create pathways to ownership for the people in those communities. But one of the things that you have to also accept too is that sometimes there's some people who don't want to own nothing. There's some people who don't want to invest. You can give them every opportunity in the world, and they're just still not going to take advantage of it. So it doesn't mean all poor people fit in that category for sure. That's not true at all. But y'all know as well as I do. You know that you know. I mean, tell me, give me a yes or no if you know somebody where you could literally drop a $1 billion opportunity on their lap and they're going to walk right past it. Right, so mindset is everything, and so the healing of our people is going to have to involve something deeper than just pouring money on the problem. You're gonna have to heal this brain. Like this brain is like gone, and you're celebrating all the things that are killing you because they feel good. You have a community almost like full of drug addicts. Like that's kind of, unfortunately, that's what has happened. We become addicted to the things that kill us, whether it's soul food or music that glorifies black genocide and and drug addiction and crap like that. I mean, it's a damn mess out here.
Rockets are up. Get to work.
I like this gun instead. Okay, teammate,
Enemy soldier
what we got
incoming.
going on over here? Okay, teammates, what are we doing? Crap.
You all good? Cease fire.
sir.
Pull it together.
Enemy soldier incoming. 25 are still active in the AO.
Let's see, is the convention still on? Yes. Oh crap. Oh shit. Yeah, so the All Black National Convention is still happening.
Sentry gun active.
It's shit. Oh, that was terrible. It is gonna be the end of October, the last week of October. So mark that on your calendar. That weekend, Halloween weekend, and so we're actually gonna have a masquerade ball. That's gonna be something we're gonna do to kind of make up for those who have kids that are coming that they won't get to trick or treat, stuff like that. And then also, we're gonna have like a singles event, right? So, because Alicia made a good point. You know, Alicia, my wife, is a couples counselor, and she made a good point that a lot of B1 type people have a hard time finding other B1 people to date. So we decided to do something where we would have a singles event, maybe speed dating or something like that, that will allow, you know, B1 singles to to meet other people who think the same way, so that quality men can meet quality women. Because I believe that a big problem, the reason people say things like all women are this or all men are this, is because quality people are meeting quality people. High quality people are attracting low quality people. When you have your stuff together, you tend to attract people who don't have their stuff together. Because unfortunately, people who don't have their stuff together can become leeches on people who do, you know, who are together, right? So a person who gives up all their money is gonna see, you know, security in the person who saves their money, right? So ultimately, you know, one of the things about loving yourself, in my view, isn't just taking care of yourself and getting yourself together. It's also protecting yourself to ensure that that you deem yourself worthy enough to get with a person who is going to add value to your life, right? Who's going to get you to the next level, right? So, you know, like, so for example, as a man who, you know, I mean, I'll just tell you, you know, my life, I've kind of had my stuff together for a long time. You know, not pretending, I just always have, you know, and sometimes, you know, when they tell you, oh, you should have a heart for the community and this, that, and the other, we tend to forgive a lot of bullshit. You know, you let people slide, and you know, you hear their sob story, and you're like, oh, well, if she only had an opportunity, if people would only do right by her or him or whatever, you know, so you come in and you make yourself into like a superhero for people who are struggling. You know, like some of you who are like, you know, who make the most money in your family, you go through that. And so what can occur though is it becomes very draining, and those people end up, you know, harming you economically and emotionally and otherwise. And then what's even worse is that because they have the victim mentality, the person with the victim mentality is very dangerous, because they will almost always bite the hand that fed them the most. They don't People with a victim mentality, they don't bite the hands that don't feed them. They bite the hands that do. Right? So if you get connected with somebody who's got a victim mentality, you are in a very dangerous position, because the minute you stop feeding them, they're gonna say it's your fault, you ain't shit, you never cared about me, blah blah. They're gonna pull every trigger they can, because they're in survival mode, and basically using whatever emotional leverage they have available to get at you. Let me know if you have anybody in your family who does that. I've had many relatives who've done that. It drives me crazy. I've had friends that do that. So you got to be real careful about people that are sucked too deeply into the victim mentality, because they don't take accountability very well, and they will tend to blame you when things go wrong, because they tend to hurt the people that are closest to them. They don't hurt the people who don't give a shit. They hurt the person who did. It took me a long time to figure that out too. And even after I figured it out though, I still. Are you serious? Oh, we're racing. This is a race to see who can get up first. Oh my god, this is so crazy. Oh, and I got him! Goodbye, sir. Hey, babe. Yes, I sure can. What's up, baby? Hey, Nana. Okay, y'all going to the store? Okay. Max is here. Okay, so he's playing. Is he playing with? Is he playing with Taylor? Okay, all right. Okay, and I'm gonna stop playing video games in a minute and be a grown up. What you say? Who's not? Oh, he's not. Oh yeah, the vampire. Yeah. Oh yeah, our son went to go see Tyler the Creator last night at Lollapalooza.
Enemy team
My kids think it's the funniest thing in the world that Tyler called me a bitch in a Kanye West song. He said Boyce Watkins is a bitch. He didn't say that. Why did I get my verse? I want my verse. Where they were listening for my verse, the Boyce Watkins verse. I lost a home over that nonsense. Wow, what happened? See, that was terrible. I'm gonna play one more time and then I'm gonna be done. You have to focus. Yes, I know I gotta focus for sure. Well, I'm focused on talking to y'all. I'm not. I don't take this video game stuff very seriously. I just figure it's like a fun way to practice and get better. You know what it is. And also being productive. I can talk to you at the same time. I tried to listen to Tyler and it wasn't my cup of tea. He's a good artist actually. Tyler the Creator is very talented. He doesn't like me very much because we had a run in, a few years ago, but and he's still mad about it apparently. I'm really kind of stunned by the way him and Umar Johnson have held him, Umar Johnson, and Roland Martin are three guys who have held a grudge against me for like almost a decade, and I don't quite understand that, but I think that honestly there's something about that. Like I don't know. I guess maybe I have a different upbringing in terms of kind of understanding like sometimes you can fight it out and then find a way to get over it. I think the hardest difficulties or differences to come back from might be I was a little challenged with the whole thing with Kwame Brown because he talked about my wife and said things that weren't true because he doesn't even know my wife, right? And when somebody brings your family into the space, it kind of changes the dynamic a little bit. And I thought it was, pretty scumbagish to talk about my wife because my wife, if you don't like me, that's one thing. But if you talk about my wife, that's kind of, I mean, but I would talk about your wife, but he doesn't have one. But at the same time, I just think that that's kind of, low class, and so it's hard for me to even know how to reconcile with a man who thinks on that level, So, but that's what it is. I mean, but it was really fascinating how offended, how hurt he was by whatever he thinks that I said about him, because he really shows how easily triggered he is, and I think that he sees himself as a bust, and as a victim, and as kind of the little guy, and I think that's where the energy's coming from, where it's kind of like everybody hates me, everybody's attacking me. Again, I told you that victim mentality. You got to watch out for people like that because people with the victim mentality are often the biggest predators in the community because they don't take responsibility for anything they do to other people. How could I be a predator when I'm always the victim, right? How can I be at fault when it's somebody else's fault?
soldier incoming.
And that's what you're dealing with in that situation. And I don't respond well to that. So, so yeah, stuff like mama's cooking. Like, I don't cook, and I'm not anybody's mama, so I don't even know what the fuck that means. Let's see here. I don't like Tyler. It's cool, boys. Maybe it was just a couple songs I listened to. He's actually good. His music is actually good. I have to give him credit for that. My favorite rappers are E40, T.I., and Kanye. Okay, they're all very talented. I like E40 a lot. Here's some of my favorite songs. He's super creative. Oh, Sugar T, his sister, is actually on Fly Nubian Queen with Vicky Dillard and, um, and Constance Carter and all the awesome ladies over there that I just love working with. But yeah, you should check out Fly Nubian Queen. Sugar T's really smart, and she's really outspoken about kind of like how we can send hip hop in the right direction, and just a really intelligent and engaged black woman, on a multitude of levels. So I enjoy talking to her and working with her. She seems like a decent lady. I haven't known her for too long though, but yeah, she is over on Fly Nubian Queen with the rest of the ladies. So if you want to hear smart black woman, go check it out. Okay, I gotta focus. I gotta make sure I don't get killed. I gotta learn how to shoot in a different way. I think I have to learn how to shoot and move. That's what I gotta do. I gotta get better at that. Let's see here. I got played listening to the sob story. Your aunt has nowhere to live, winding up paying that mortgage and my own personal expenses too. Yeah, that's tough. I get it. I totally get it. It is so hard, especially when you care about somebody, and that's why a lot of times when people start getting more money or whatever, they have to separate from other people, and you deal with that guilt because everybody's saying you're being uppity and this, that, and the other. When really,
We lost that one.
oh my God,
Stronger next
oh that was so terrible. That was so bad. That was just terrible. I wasn't paying attention. I face splattered all over the ground. I can't go out like that. But there's a lot of guilt associated with people that you want to be loyal to. You want to be a good person. You want to be there for them, and then there are people that just kind of take advantage of that, and not deliberately. Just they just don't know how to survive. Their parents didn't give them accountability and survival skill. So you just have to watch out for that. You have to learn how to say no. And a lot of times, when people start making more money, they have to change their circle. They have to. They can't because when you have a lot of money and you're talking to people that don't have anything, what happens is like you say little things that everybody says, like, "Hey, if you need anything, let me know," right? Well, if you have money, then and the person's struggling financially, they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, he said if I need anything, let him know." So I need my rent paid. I need help with the rent. Now they're not calling their other friends. They're not calling their broke friends because they know their broke friends can't really help. But they're gonna call you because you said, because they know you got the money. And so ultimately, you can't really say that. You have to let people know that there are boundaries in terms of what you can and cannot do, or you'll be saving everybody. You'll be literally Captain Save-A-Hole for everybody you know, and it's very exhausting. And it's a thankless job because no matter how much you try to do, there's gonna be people that are gonna say, "Oh, he didn't give me $5, and that nigga ain't shit," and I've just seen that a million times. So eventually you become immune to it. You're like, yeah, 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 I'm not shit. Like you give up on. Like I think eventually, I really think I actually gave up on trying to always be a good, be seen as a good person to everybody. You can't. You can't be a good guy to everybody. Some people you just gotta accept like, yeah, I'm the devil. Yeah, I ain't shit. And there are some people even on the internet that do that that's just mad because I cut them off and I wouldn't give them money or whatever. And they're like, oh, Boyce is this and Boyce is that. And they loved me when I was taking care of them, but then I cut them off and I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore because what you're doing is inappropriate. And so, so they make it into an industry like, you know, I'm gonna go and say terrible things or whatever. And now I'm just like, I don't fucking care. Like whatever it is, and believe what you want to believe, and then I'll believe what I want to believe, and we'll just kind of keep going. So don't spend all your life trying to be seen as a good person. Just be a good person based on what you know a good person does, and leave it at that. Like that should be your measuring stick, not other people's opinions of you. Stop worrying about what people think. That's my point. Okay, I need my armor box. Okay, alright, teammates. I'm not gonna open my armor box till I get to you. Okay, I'm gonna focus this time because I'm really gonna try not to die. So let's see what happens here. If I can, let's see if Boyce can stay alive longer than 2 minutes and not face plant on the ground because he's not paying attention.
I'm hit. I'm hit.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. All right. Well, he's a dummy. I'm not gonna go over there and get killed. He's a dummy. Are you serious? Oh, he's got a whole team. I wasn't gonna win that fight. Um, Depending on the time of day, I can't with the gavel. It's afternoon. I might be here for it. Yeah, Vicky's got that gavel. That's something else. I can't watch Vicky. I do, but I do respect her and her alliance with boys in the B1 community. Yeah, I'm deeply committed to supporting my friends, and I support Vicky in 100%. And I will say Vicky is one of the kindest, sweetest people I've ever met, and I love doing business with her, and I love working with her. So that's that. That's my opinion of Vicky Dillard. Whoa, gotta get away from
Gas
here.
is inbound.
I have a teammate nearby. Holy crap. I need a gun. Oh shit. Crap! Ah! God! Okay. Let me see here. Right, it's just never enough. Hey, it was a learning experience. Yeah, it is. Yeah, sometimes your deadbeat friends will teach you lessons that'll stick with you for life. Like, one of the reasons why I don't try to save people, I don't try to do that Captain Save a Whole role, is because I did that when I was younger, in my 20s. I had an uncle and a girlfriend that always had problems. You know, people that always have problems every day of the week. They were both in that category, and I remember just kind of feeling like if they just had the right opportunity or the right motivation, they could get it together, and blah 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 blah, and literally it didn't work. Like, you can't really, it's really hard to change people, especially people that really don't want to change and don't want to do the work. So don't try to change people if they don't want to be changed, or if they prove that they're not willing to do the work necessary to change.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Don't do that, because you're gonna end up feeling stressed out and frustrated, and you're gonna end up carrying the whole damn load. But for people that are ready to change, that are really just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and just like, okay, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get my life where I need it to be. Those are people worth working with, because sometimes you might be able to be a catalyst that helps them get over the hump. But my rule is, you have to show me evidence that that's where your head is at. Like, I'm looking for evidence. I'm not gonna believe what you say. I'm gonna believe what you do. He I tried to run behind him and he ran behind me. How funny is that? Shoot from the hip. Oh, so I shoot from the hip. You think I shoot from the hip? Okay, I'll try that. Some people are addicted to toxicity and don't know it. That's right. I'm sad I missed Black Movie Night. Will there be a rerun? Not for the last Black Movie Night, Cheryl. We are gonna do another one. If you go to blackmovienight.net and register, you'll see the dates. And we broke our latest film into 6 pieces. So the movie we just made is called "Till Death Do Us Part," and it's an extension of the Black Love Blueprint series. And it's directed by Tierra KJ Williams, out of aka Miss Black Hollywood. And she did a great job, and the film is awesome. And the reason we made the movie is because we wanted to lay out a framework where we could appreciate black people who love each other, so that we're not constantly celebrating the triggering of black people and the abuse of black people by other black people. So that's the mindset behind it. Yes, Sherelle, life lessons do hurt, but that's how you get smarter and stronger. That's why I think the best thing that ever happened to me was when I was taught to really be a critical thinker. Because when you're a critical thinker, you can learn from your lessons. You won't keep making the same mistakes over and over again. And I do feel sorry for dumb people, like people who just aren't smart enough to become critical thinkers. My heart goes out to them. I don't know really what to say. But one thing you got to understand is that there are things you can do to increase your intelligence level, and it's up to you to decide if you want to do those things. Okay, teammate, what are we doing?
take the wheel. Enemy team is tracking your position. Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. Fire sale is active.
Okay.
Buy station costs are adjusted.
Well, let me see here.
In their sight.
Is there a buy station? Okay.
Bend here if you need equipment.
Alright, let me go to the buy station.
I'll take the wheel.
Gotta get a gas mask, gotta get a self-revive, gotta get a UAV. Let me get a... Let me buy extra stuff for my teammates.
Fire cell done. Prices are back to normal. Friendly UAV overhead. Gas is inbound. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Okay, he's dropping into the area. Where is he?
Okay, we're inside. Scan for movement.
Alright, man. Let's stick together. Hey, Brill. I rage quit relationships. That's funny. So why do you say you rage quit relationships? Where did that come from? Okay, what are we doing? Okay, teammate.
The enemy lost track of you. You're safe.
Alright, what's happening here? Okay, let me back out. Alright. Okay.
I'll take the wheel. Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe
Okay.
zone.
Alright, Sherelle. See you later. Have a good weekend. Whoa.
Destination marked. Who has extra armor?
I'm under fire.
Who has extra armor?
Bro, I don't have any armor. Not get my plate. Okay, I feel like sitting still like this is not going to end well for us. So what are we trying to do?
Gas is moving.
Alright, I'm gonna pop this UAV. Willfully ignorant people should be chastised and ridiculed. I have little patience these days. Yeah, just, you know. Brill says, boys, I'm gonna focus this time. Dies. Yeah, that about sums it up.
Request recon flight.
That was great. Well, at least I opened up the, at least I gave him the UAV before I died. You're so right, Brill. I said I was going to concentrate, but I didn't. Let's see if my teammates can win, and then I'm going to head on out. And I'll answer any questions that you have that I missed. I tried to change that. Let's see, I learned that I tried to change people. I learned people don't change unless they want to change. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, even when I lost weight with my, my wife helped me lose weight. I told her that the reason that your recommendations worked is because I was receiving it. I was ready to receive it. If a person isn't ready to receive your support, they're not gonna take it. They're not gonna respond well to it. So it's better to go ahead and allow them to decide when they want to do better and do different. Like, so it's like different levels, right? Like, even if you think about somebody that's hooked on crack, you shouldn't listen to a crackhead if they tell you they're going to do something, because the drug has more power than they do, right? The drug decides if they're going to follow through for you or not, right? Because they're living for the drug. But if a crackhead says, I really want to go to rehab now, come on, man, hang in there. you're gonna get killed. You better get out of that. You better get out of that gas. Oh, he's doing good. He's fighting a good fight. Okay, we got what, second place? It's not bad. All right. Well, so yeah. So if somebody says, "Hey, I want to get rehab," then that's a good sign. So look for people that want to be rehabbed. If they don't want to be rehabbed, and let go, like surrendering. Literally, like when with my wife, when I decided to lose weight, I kind of had to surrender. Where let me see if I can put my face on the camera. Okay, that's not me. All right, there we go. I had to surrender. I had to say, look, we'll do it your way. Whatever you want me to eat, I'll eat it. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. And that's how I lost weight. But if I had said I'm gonna do it my way, or back up, or leave me alone, then it would have been silly for her to try to make me do something I wouldn't want to do, because that would only build up resentment. So don't try to save people that don't want to be saved. That's gonna cost you big time. All right? Because remember, people with the victim mentality, they don't bite the hands that don't feed them. They only bite the hands that do. That's the nature of the victim mentality. They'll bite your hand, attack you, destroy you, prey upon you, and then put themselves back in victim mode and make you into the predator. And that's the worst feeling. It's one thing to get fucked. It's another thing to get fucked and have somebody accuse you of being a rapist. Right? You know what I mean? Like imagine that you just got raped and somebody saying you were the rapist. Like that's a terrible feeling. So just be smart with that. All right. So let's see. Last question. Briel, you and Dr. Alicia are an inspiration to me and the rest of the black community. Please don't change despite the weirdo black manosphere here on YouTube. They are miserable and lonely dusties. LOL. Yes, I agree with you. Don't listen to the miserable and lonely dusties. And some of them are just immature and following the crowd. Like you talking about, I'm an alpha male, but I'm following the crowd. Well, alphas don't follow the crowd, just so you know that. That makes you a beta male. If you're following an alpha male, maybe the leader is an alpha, but the guys following the leader are betas. Like, so don't be a beta. Be a true alpha. True alpha is somebody who says, if it doesn't make sense, I'm gonna go that way, and the rest of y'all can go this way. I'm gonna go that way. So be an alpha, whatever that means. Do you respect ADOS? I am an ADOS, American Descendant of Slavery. I do not like the organization's leadership. I think that their energy is bad. Yvette Carnell and Tone, just they're just competitive and jealous and bitchy and petty and unstrategic, and that's why their movement kind of fell off. They had a chance to really create a national movement that people could galvanize behind, but creating a movement of that magnitude does require a degree of humility that they don't have. And I think that when you're still in that jealous, petty, competitive mode, you end up making a lot of strategic mistakes. So the strategic errors that they made, for example, was when you had people like myself or Tariq Nasheed who were originally supportive of your movement. You don't attack people that are supporting you. You don't go you don't go try to kill your allies, especially if they're powerful allies. So what you would do if you're really a leader that's selfless and a servant leader, a true servant leader, is you say, you know what, I could fight you and I don't like you that much, but I will align with you because it helps us achieve this bigger goal. So they have that old saying that says, small minds think about people, mediocre minds talk about events, great minds think about ideas. So focus on your ideas, focus on your principles. That'll make you great. That's how you operate on a higher plane. But if you're talking about people and getting petty and ridiculous and silly, you're not going to ever be your best self. So anyway, I got to go, guys. Please have a wonderful day. It was awesome hanging out with you.